the number one goal when you come into this league is to win the championship. You hear every team say it every year. We want to win the Super Bowl. That's our goal, and it's the only reason you play. So when you're not winning, you're not making it to the playoffs. That can be frustrating. And obviously, I've seen what the Eagles have done in the past, the winning tradition that they've had, and it excites me. And it excites everyone here. Obviously, now we're looking into the future to see what we can do with this team, but they're winners.
Now, I'm sure you had a lot of teams looking at you, but I mean, you come to the Eagles to win, but this team's also never won a championship, even being in the playoffs. So what made you think that coming here that would be, it would happen this time?
Well, it's a talented team. I've been on talented teams before. I think from top to bottom in the organization, it's first class with the head coach and the president, GM, owner, all the way down to the players. So it has a championship feel to it. Obviously, you still have to go out on the field and you have to perform, but all we can do is go out and work and expect to bring back victories.
Other winning teams also were suiting you. What about the Eagles?
Like I said, I mean, there was so much from top to bottom, that they had, and they were aggressive. When a team wants you can feel it. And when you feel that match, I don't think you can shy away from that.
Nnamdi, over the years, teams, other quarterbacks have stayed away from your side so often. Is it exciting to you that now people won't be able to do that? I mean, there's another great corner on the other side.
Yeah, and I've played with good corners, in Oakland, and I was taught by great corners in Oakland. So, I understand how it is sometimes to not be thrown at, and then there are times when you are thrown at, and you always got to be on your toes. So there's no telling how it's going to be here, but I just want to come out and be able to make plays and do that a lot more than I've done. I've had many opportunities. I've had seasons where I've made 8 interceptions and done this, that, and the other. But you want to be able to do that and help your team out as much as possible, and I feel that those sort of things can happen here.
How big of a draw was it to come play on a team with Michael Vick?
Obviously it's a big draw because that he's a great player, a talented player. And I spoke to him at the Pro Bowl, and he did a mini recruiting pitch there, and that was good. It was good to feel, and obviously Deshaun has been texting and calling throughout the off season. So, having Vic here and the rest of the talent that's here, I think that's the big draw. Obviously, no one single player can control the team, but when you get a group of talented guys like that and guys that are ready to win, it's impressive.
Now, humanitarian work and philanthropic work, is that a calling? What's been your motivation? And when you look at Philadelphia, I know a lot of things that they're doing have been West Coast based. You bring some of this stuff. Yeah,
I would definitely. I mean, I always said that no matter where I was, I would continue the work in the community and everything outside of that. You can't play football forever, and I do believe that while you're playing, you have to use that platform in some sort of way, and if it's helping out in the community, then that's fine. If it's other things, that's great. And for me, it was community. It's always been. So I definitely plan on keeping that up here with the organization here in Philadelphia. And that, to be quite honest, the Eagles have been, one of the most active community-driven organizations in all of football. So I think it's a great match in that area.
Eagles have been in 13 playoff games since you've been in the NFL. You've never played in a playoff game. What's it like every year come January when every other, your friends, your guys are in the playoffs and you have to watch it from home and having never experienced that?
It was depressing, because like I told you before, there's one reason, there's one main reason why you're playing, and you want to win. So, obviously it would be a little depressing. I wouldn't watch, when the playoffs would come around. I wouldn't watch. Maybe I'd see some highlights, or if I had to go, on TV and speak about the playoffs, then I would watch a couple things, some highlights here and there. But, it's depressing as a player. So you always want to put yourself in position to win games, and, that's what I'm doing now.
How long have the Eagles been a team that you were looking at as a potential destination, and were they your first choice team?
When I spoke to the owner, and the president here, I told them quite honestly, once March came around and we started thinking, oh, there might be a chance that I'm not going to be back in Oakland. We never knew what could happen, or if there was going to be a process of trying to re-sign me or anything like that. But when we said there's a possibility that I won't come back, then obviously, my team and myself, we had to start looking at other teams. And to a man and woman, everybody that was in my team, they know the number one team was the Eagles from March, when we were looking at teams. And then and there was a handful of teams at that point. And then when the Eagles became a possibility, we knew that it was the match.
Nnamdi, is this defense a lot different for you from a scheme standpoint and a nomenclature standpoint?
I just got here, so I have no idea. From what I saw, from what I've seen them do in the past, I would say yes, it's different. I don't think there are any teams that play man-to-man, the entire game. So I don't. So I would say yes, it's going to be different from what we've been in. But it's a new coordinator now, so I don't know if it's going to be similar to the past. I just got here, but I'll look in the playbook and try to get into it as much as possible, and then see.
If you, Asomugha, and PRC are all here for the season, and all 3 of you are playing, how workable is that situation?
Oh, it's very workable. It's the best situation, because you have, obviously teams are passing a lot more, and there are rules that are, I don't want to say catered to the offense because I don't want to get fined or anything, but there are rules that are pretty interesting and allows the offense to be more explosive. So you want to have as many defensive players and defensive playmakers, defensive backs that you can, and if that's the case, it's very workable, and it could mean some very impressive things on our end.
What number are you going to be? Nnamdi, Scott Hansen, NFL Network. Good to see you again, man. Congratulations.
What's up, Scott?
Not much, man. I know you've been busy with your own situation, you've been traveling and everything else like that, but have you taken note what the Eagles have done in the past 72 hours, not only your own, yourself, but the others, and how excited does that make you for the influx of talent here?
Yeah, I think, it's very exciting. I was on the plane coming here when I was hearing about Cullen Jenkins, and what was happening with that, and we might not be done yet. I think there's more that could even be coming. So I don't know. It's exciting. Anytime you can get this many players that can go out and put their best on the field and bring back victories, it's exciting. But obviously we still have to go out there and play. Everything looks great right now, but we still have to gel. We still have to come together and work and bring those victories.